Now during this tour, I've talked about MIT, I've talked about Boston University, and I've talked about Harvard. Now Boston's definitely a city that's known for its education. And in fact, if anybody on this boat can guess within 10 how many institutions of higher learning there are in Boston, I'll give you a free drink. The answer is 187. Now the population of Boston during the summer, or on a weekend, is actually only about 600,000 people, but this rises to over 1 million during the school year. So, for those of you who don't want to do the math, it's about 400,000 students, almost 1/3 of Boston's population, over 1/3. Students, and this is never more apparent than it is on one day in early September, moving day. So Boston students come from all around the world. Many of them have never driven in Boston. Well, they're swimming in it. Many of them have never driven in Boston before, which is quite a feat in and of itself, and they're all driving U-Haul vans. As you can imagine, this leads to many small traffic accidents and illegal parking jobs. And actually one of my favorite things to do is get stuck under bridges. Now, these U-Haul moving day accidents have become such a tradition in Boston that a local radio station actually offers cash prizes for the next caller who can correctly predict the time of a U-Haul accident. About the Hancock Tower quickly one more time. So if any of you guys thought that it looked like a giant mirror when you first saw it, well, you're actually right. It was designed to reflect the old John Hancock Tower so that it could be seen in downtown Boston. The old John Hancock building is a building directly in front of the tower. It's tan and it has a tall tower on top. Actually, you can't see it right now, but at night this tower lights up in different colors. And it actually lets us know what the weather is going to be. So we have a little code to decode these colors. Right. If it's steady blue, there's a clear view. If it's flashing blue, changes blue, steady red, rain ahead, or flashing red, there's going to be any sort of a freak snowstorm in Boston. If the Red Sox game has been rained out. Now, one time the history of this building has a flash alternating blue and red, and that was in fall of 2004. It flashed blue and red, the curse of the Bambino is dead, the Red Sox won the World Series. So coming up right in front of us is the Harvard Bridge, which is funny because it actually leads directly into MIT. This is because the bridge was actually constructed before MIT moved into their Cambridge campus, and it was the easiest way to get from Boston to Harvard. It's also called the Mass Ave Bridge by locals because Massachusetts Avenue runs across it. And it's actually also called Smoot's Bridge. And the reason it's called Smoot's Bridge, well, it starts back in the late 1950s during Clark season at MIT. Now, a certain fraternity charged their pledges with measuring the length of this bridge using some non-traditional measurements. This means that they couldn't use inches or couldn't use centimeters. They couldn't use feet or yards or anything like that. So what the pledges decided to do is they took one of their fellow pledges, a boy by the name of Ira Smoot, and they laid him down at the Boston end of the bridge. They marked where his head was, and then he lay down again, putting his feet on that mark, and they did this all the way across the bridge. They found out that the bridge actually was 364.4 in 1 year, all those smooths long. And as it turns out, they're only off by about 3 inches. So the fraternity brothers were so impressed that they told the MIT administration. And actually, smooths are still an officially recognized unit of measure at MIT. Now, the same fraternity goes in March to markings every year, so if you walk over that bridge, you'll be able to see the smoot markings. And actually, the police like to use the smoot markings. Instead of reporting an accident by its mileage or its position on the bridge, they just say what the smoot is for that.